All right, everybody, I'm going to give you a presentation on how to biohack for nerves. I know a lot of times when we do public speaking, we get nervous, and I'm going to show you some things that you can do to help you calm down. All right, so first I'm going to tell you my story. This was me several years ago before I learned how to speak in public. And I got so nervous when I had to even just be in a group and talk to people. Sometimes I would want to run away and leave the room. Do you guys ever feel that way? Your heart starts pounding so fast, you just want to get up and run away. That's how I felt. But then I went to a group called Toastmasters. And Toastmasters is a club. Usually there's about 20 people in each club. You go to the club and they have a curriculum for you to follow, and they teach you how to make speeches, and they teach you how to answer questions without getting so nervous. And so I did that. It was very helpful. Now I don't feel like I have to run away anymore. I might still get a little bit nervous, but I have some tricks. I have some ways to fix it. So first thing I want to do is pre-teach this vocabulary, so that when I'm speaking, I'll make sure that you know all the words I'm using. First word, nervous. You know what that means?
Yes.
It's an adjective meaning you don't feel calm, you're stressed. Biohacking. Have you heard that before?
No.
Okay, I have a slide that explains it in detail in a minute, but basically it's just doing things to change how your body responds. It can be food, supplements, exercises, some sort of technology, but basically you're doing something to change how your body responds. Groom. What does it mean to groom? As a verb, it means to fix your hair, to put your makeup on, if you're a guy, to shave or iron your clothes, to do whatever you need to do to look nice, to look good and to feel comfortable and confident. Carbohydrates, proteins, fats. Are you familiar with these words? Nutrition words. What's a carbohydrate? It's a plant, gives you energy. Rice, potatoes, pasta. Yeah, okay. The thing about carbohydrates is it gives you a lot of energy quickly, but then it dumps your energy quickly as well. Proteins, what is protein? Meat,
chicken,
beans, chicken, fish, cheese. Okay, this helps sustain your energy. And fats also help sustain your energy. Okay, fats are good brain food. Okay, what does the word rehearse mean? Practice. To practice. Okay, so when I say rehearse your speech, I'm talking about practicing your speech. Diaphragm, it's a body part right here. It's a muscle here that stretches down when you're breathing. Stretches down, goes back up. Diaphragm. Gratitude. Thankful, yeah, to be thankful. To appreciate something, yeah, to be grateful. Placebo. A placebo is, it's something, say that a doctor gives you, and there's really nothing in it that should make it work. There's no medicine in it, but you think it's a medicine, and so your body heals itself. Okay, so a placebo, said simply, is it's like a medicine. You think it's going to work, but it doesn't really have any medicine in it, and it still works. Okay, and goodied up. You don't know that word because my daughter made it up when she was little. When she was happy, she'd say she was goodied up. Okay, so now my family just uses that frequently now. When everybody's happy, we're all goodied up. Okay, if I'm having a good day, I think to myself, oh, I'm goodied up today. I feel great. Okay, so those are all words you'll hear me use in my speech. I wanted to make sure you understand what I'm talking about. All right, here's the definition for biohacking. Okay. Let's see, let me go back. Oops. Biohacking is the practice of using science, technology, and self-experimentation to make intentional changes to one's body and lifestyle to improve health, performance, and overall well-being. Okay, so using different ideas from science, maybe some technology, maybe experimenting on yourself to see what works best. All right, so I used biohacking to quit being nervous when I gave a speech. I thought to myself, there's got to be a way that I don't have to get so stressed out every time I have to give a speech. And I even talked to my doctor about it, and to be honest, I was really looking for my doctor to say, yeah, Sandy, you're right. You're getting way too stressed out. You should just never speak in public again. Just don't. You don't have to. I was hoping my doctor would give me an excuse not to, but my doctor said, no, actually that's the good kind of stress and you need to keep doing it. So my doctor encouraged me, and I decided to biohack and to use science and common sense to help me control my nerves when I'm speaking. So the first thing I like to try to do is sleep. Get enough sleep. If I'm well rested, I'm less likely to get overly stressed. That makes sense, right? That's common sense. Next, eat a well-balanced meal. If we have too many carbohydrates, our blood sugar goes up and we get overly excited. So eat a little bit of carbohydrate, eat a little bit of protein and a little bit of fat, maybe an hour or 2 hours before your speech, so that your energy is consistent and you're not on stage dealing with fluctuating blood sugar. Step 3, exercise. You know, when you exercise, your body makes all these good chemicals, the dopamine, the serotonin, all the good hormones. So give your body all the good stuff that it likes by exercising. I used to have a little mini trampoline, and I would jump on my trampoline with really good music, really fun, exciting music, and I would jump on my trampoline for 10 or 15 minutes before a speech, and that would get my heart rate up, and it would make me happy, and I would feel very confident when I was finished. And it also helps to just dissipate those like stress hormones. All right, the fourth thing, shower and groom. You don't want to be standing in front of somebody if you are feeling like you don't look good, right? So I always made a point, if I were going to speak in front of someone, of course I would shower, but I would take extra pains to make sure that I was well groomed. My hair looks good, I've got makeup on, my clothes are ironed, etc. Okay, that's basic. All right, number 5, rehearse, practice. Practice your speech. And I'll give you a few tips on that. Break your speech down into an introduction and a body and a conclusion. And know how long you're going to speak for, and make sure that you can fit all those parts into the amount of time that you have. And another tip would even be, if you want to memorize the first couple of lines in your introduction, do that so that when you come up and you're standing in front of the group, you have at least the beginning memorized and you can get started. Usually once you get started, you'll be fine. Okay? So rehearsing, practicing is really important. Okay, number 6. This one's really the linchpin, I think. And this is deep breathing and gratitude. Okay? When you breathe deeply, your diaphragm expands down, and all the organs in your body kind of are stretched out, and they're touching the vagus nerve that runs from the bottom of your skull down to your tailbone. And that vagus nerve is what makes you calm. So when you breathe deeply, you're pushing all your organs out and they're pressing on that vagus nerve, and that's what helps you get into a relaxed state. Okay? So that's very important to calm your nerves. The gratitude, this is what you're thinking about while you're doing your deep breathing. Think things like, I am so grateful that I get to go to talk school and learn how to speak English. or think to yourself, I'm so grateful for my mom and dad for making this opportunity available to me. Or I am so grateful that I come from a country that has so many celebrations and I get to share that with my classmates. But the idea here is to really make yourself focus on those grateful feelings, because when you're focused on gratitude, you can't think about being scared. If you're thinking to yourself all the things that you're grateful for, you can't think, oh my gosh, I'm so scared, I don't want to give this speech. Why do I have to give this speech? Okay, you're thinking instead of the good things in your life that you have to be grateful for. Right? And then the last thing that I want to share with you is a bonus tip. And it's this little product. It's called Rescue Remedy. And it's a homeopathic natural stress relief. And homeopathic means that the active ingredients are so small that they're not even sure it has much of an effect. Okay? And so someone once told me, don't waste your money on that. It doesn't work. The active ingredients are so small. It's just a placebo. And I said, yeah, it may be a placebo, but placebos work. So I will spend my $10 on this, and it will be well worth it. And that does work for me. I take that, and I feel calm. It could be anything. You don't have to use that. You could find something. You could say, oh, these are my lucky glasses. I give a great speech every time I have my lucky glasses. And so you keep these in your pocket, and that gives you confidence, okay? This is your placebo, okay? You can make your own placebo. All right, so those are my 6 steps plus the bonus. It doesn't look like much, I promise you. It doesn't look like much, but I promise you these things work. And I looked all these up. I mean, I did kind of a study of what do people do to calm themselves down, and this is it. This is pretty much it. There are other things, but this is a good list for you to get started with. And I'm sure that you'll find other things that you can do as well. All right, what I want to do now is you can keep recording me, okay?